Hi everybody, my name is Sapphy, and I want to wish you a super happy new year. Okay, 2024, let's go. I hope you had a wonderful time for Christmas, New Year's, all of that. Yeah, so, new year, I figured we were gonna do something new. I guess we're gonna be reacting to a new show. It has been out for a little less than a year. It's called, you may have heard of it, Greylock. Now, from what I understand about this, it is based on Mount Greylock in Massachusetts. I did a little bit of research here. I'm not sure if it's haunted, but the show, like in real life, but like the analog horror is revolved around Mount Greylock, and it tells about, if I'm correct, it tells about the stories, like the ghost stories, the things that are on there. Now, I don't think these are true, but yeah, we're just gonna find out, we're gonna dive into it, see what it is about. Today we're gonna be reacting to the first 3 episodes of Greylock, or the first 3 tapes, as the titles suggest. They're called Back Online. It's a Back Online Greylock, actually. It's a shorter video. All of these are rather short. Then tape 2, To the Mountain Greylock, and tape 3, Orientation Protocols. So like I mentioned earlier, this is just another analog horror show. I have heard about this, it has been recommended to me, so I'm very curious to see what it's about. And I figured, why not just go back to my roots and do another analog horror video, because it's been a minute. Like, Smile Tapes was a few months ago already, and you know, we gotta do some preparation for The Walton Files, which is coming out this month. It's coming out January 31st. I will make a video on it as soon as it releases, except if it's the middle of the night, then I won't do it. But yeah, that's gonna be the next thing I'll be reacting to. But for now, let's get into Greylock. Tape 1, Back Online. This is supposed to be like a pretty creepy one. So, yep, can't wait. Can't wait for the absolute nightmares I'll get. Let's have a look at the description. No, it doesn't say anything. It just links us to the second tape. Okay, Greylock. Let's go.
Primary systems online. Meeting sequence complete. Emergency shutdown protocols disengaged. System is offline for time code 0106. Contact technician for assistance. Welcome to Single Dining SA Enhanced Access Operations.
Whoa, what happened?
Please enter your clearance credentials. Error. These credentials are not recognized. Clearance credential requirement overridden. Administrator privileges granted. Welcome back, unknown user ID. What would you like to do? Accessing archival storage form, GBA.
Oh, uh-oh. What?
Data extraction initiated.
What happened?
Data extraction, 10% complete. Data extraction, 40% complete.
I was not ready. I was not ready for that. I'm not giving a whole lot of feedback right now, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now. Pizza pata. I'm not entirely sure what's going on right now, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be saying right now. I figured that it'll come as we go, so we'll keep watching for 14 more seconds, see if we get scared again.
Data extraction, 80% complete.
What are we extracting?
Data extraction complete. All data extracted to error, no.
Oh, okay. I guess that's it. Okay, again, so I just said this, but I'm not entirely sure what is going on just yet. So I guess, yeah, again, we're just gonna have to figure out what is going on right now. But basically, I guess we were in this room. I don't know what kind of a room it was. I don't know, it just seemed there was a lot of technology there, but it looks to have completely broken down, like over time, I guess. Let's see if during our jump scare, I cannot really read what that says. I think this is like error, I don't know. I cannot tell what it says. Okay, well, place seems to be pretty abandoned anyway. And that's all I can kind of tell what is going on here. I think this is offline. I'm not sure. We'll just move on to the next video. It's a little bit longer. This one is almost 5 minutes. Tape 2, to the mountain. So we're leaving the building and going to the mountain. There's also no description here. So we'll just turn it on and we'll see. Okay, let's go to the mountain.
When men pursue evil, it is evil that they will find. Mark my words, there is no good that can come from the pursuit of darkness. Let me read to you, dear believer, the words of the late brilliant Charles Spurgeon.
So we're going to Mount Greylock.
All the way back in 1864.
I'm guessing.
He said, quote, "Our adversary, the devil, goes about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. We are taught by our Lord Jesus to pray. Do not lead us into
What is that?
temptation, but deliver
What
us
have
from
we
the
here?
evil one." What we are taught to seek or shun in prayer, we should
Is there a
equally
fire?
pursue or avoid in action. Very well,
I don't know.
therefore,
It could have just been a light.
Avoid temptation, seeking to walk in the path of obedience, so that we may never be guilty of tempting the devil to tempt us. We are not to enter the thicket in search of the lion. We may pay dear.
Is there religious themes in this again? Or is it just like something that was on the radio randomly? What are we doing? What is going on? What? Oh, uh-oh. Something died on the mountain. Tense. I'm tense. What happened? Who did this? A trail. I'm really struggling to make out what they're saying. If they're even like saying anything that is supposed to be understandable. It doesn't sound like it's reversed or anything, so I'm not sure. Maybe we'll also figure that out later. Oh, my volume is like way down. Whoops. What? What was that?
Oh.
Okay. Was that our killer, by any chance? Or our ghost, perhaps?
In Matthew chapter 15, verse 19, it says, "For out of the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, sexual immorality, theft, false witness, slander."
Is the blood also on the road right here? Or is that just like, I don't know, like a bad road? I don't know. I'm overthinking at this point. I don't know.
Theft, false witness, slander. There is a shadow nested deep,
We're stopping?
deep within our hearts, within
Why?
our minds, in a place most people don't even know exists within themselves. The devil is going to call to those depths, dear believer. And though you may tremble before the beast, you should make it easier on yourself and accept what it is that he bestows upon you.
My god! Oh, we're running! We're racing! Oh, get the hell out. Whoa! Wait! This just clicked. What happened to the radio? Like, it sounds weird. Why? Why does it sound weird? Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Okay, I'm glad that's over. Whoa, what was that knock?
Bestows upon you.
Ah, okay. So sounds like maybe a monster, a demon, because that's what they're talking about on the radio, I guess. Something found us, and it knocked on the car. We raced the hell out of there. I'm figuring that's what happened. So there definitely does seem to be creepy stuff going on Mount Greylock. Creepy, spooky. Ooh. But yeah, these were just the events, or one of the events that occurred on the mountain. That's creepy. Okay. It's like the whole entire episode is just like, you know, kind of being filmed as if a real person filmed it, you know. Okay. So I'm gonna go on a limb here and say that whatever knocked on the car is also responsible for the blood that we found in the woods. I think that's about right. We are gonna move on to the last tape we're gonna be filming for today, which is called Orientation Protocols. 7 minutes. Yep, I think that's it. Oh, okay. Warning. This video cassette is intended for the sole use of Alexander Michael Marsh. Is that gonna be our main character? Okay. Unauthorized viewing of this videotape is strictly prohibited. If you are in possession of this tape and are not the intended viewer, you are required to stop this tape and bring it to a superior officer or your local FBI field office immediately. Anyone who is believed to have violated this directive will be subject to interrogation, imprisonment, a fine of up to $500,000, and potential military discharge if applicable. Applicable? I think so. Whoosh. Okay, okay, so we're not allowed to watch this video, but let's watch it anyway. I cannot see what this says. Well, kind of. For enhanced confidentially, this video cassette has been modified. Okay. Well, whatever. Let's go.
Greetings, and welcome to the Preconditional Protocols and Orientation video system provided by Unit 13 as part of the United States Army and Project Stargate, created in partnership with Semiodyne USA. On behalf of all of us here at Unit 13, congratulations on your selection as one of our testing candidates.
Yeah! Okay, so Alexander, right, is one of the testing candidates. I'm guessing that is going to be our main character for at least for this tape. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a whole thing.
Likely have a lot of questions, and this video is designed to answer them all. First, let's go over some background information to provide you with the crucial context you'll need for a full understanding of what it is we're doing at Unit 13. We are sure you've heard plenty of rumors surrounding what it is that we do, but we are willing to bet that most everything you've heard is wrong. Being a highly confidential part of Project Stargate, which you've already been briefed on, Unit 13 studies a revolutionary and promising area of parapsychology, thought forms. If you're unfamiliar with what thought forms are, that's okay. You're in the majority. So,
yeah, I don't know what that is.
Through the ages, occultists and spiritualists, Tibetan monks to theosophists, have exercised the creation of what is sometimes referred to as a tulpa, otherwise known as a thought form. A thought form is the manifestation of a person's will, emotion, or other deeply psychologically energized state into a semi-physical form, existing as not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity.
Okay, so if I'm correct here, a tulpa is, so let's say someone is like really scared of something or whatever, and the fear will come to life in, is it, did they say a semi-physical form? Was that it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing that is what that is. I just want to make sure. Okay. Oh, so a thought form. Okay, that is what that is.
Existing as
Okay.
not only an extension of the person, but as its own independent and sentient entity. Thought forms are also able to be witnessed and experienced by third parties, and are not limited solely to the person who developed them. Thought forms have been formed to serve as familiars, companions, or even friends to those who conjure them.
Okay.
According to key literature,
So
thought
not
forms
necessarily
can be
fears,
intentionally formed
just
by a
any
single
emotion.
person or multiple people, though they can be unintentionally formed as well. But they are always manifested through the deep will and focus of a person in a considerably heightened state of connectivity with their own consciousness. Traditional thought forms can vary widely in their level of influence in the real world. While they usually take physical formations eventually, their earliest stages are more apparitional in nature, with brief manifestations, though most often remaining as an unseen essence, much like a phantom or a ghost. At
Okay.
this phase, thought forms and ghosts are very similar in a number of ways. Individuals can make contact with them through communication devices, such as a Ouija board or through EVP sessions, while the thought form may respond through moving objects, manipulating electronics, or even speaking words and short phrases. Due to their striking similarities,
Okay.
a current theory established by Unit 13 suggests that what we know as ghosts may not be as common as we once believed. Rather than a deceased person's energy being left behind after death, it's possible, and indeed likely, that these paranormal entities are actually thought forms that are unintentionally created by those individuals that the deceased has left behind, who spend inordinate amounts of time in deeply emotional states, where their mental capacity is largely occupied by a powerful focus on the departed individual. In
Oh,
other words,
okay.
as these are
I
the
get that.
ideal conditions from which thought forms are born, people may very well create their own ghosts and hauntings. However, as
So
more
in
time-
this universe, let's say that, so if I'm getting this right, what is being explained here is that ghosts aren't necessarily, you know, I guess spirits, energies left behind from the deceased. They are just manifestations of the person who knew the deceased, I guess. If I'm getting that right. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, because I might be.
time and energy is invested into the development of the thought form, they begin to harness more influence on their environment, until eventually exhibiting a semi-permanent physical appearance, and, in due course, becoming as tangible as a living creature. This is where Unit 13's interest comes in. We've sought to answer a very important question. Can thought forms be created in a manner that would benefit American society and help keep American citizens safe? Unfortunately, the practice of intentionally creating a thought form by traditional methods would undoubtedly take years and years of devout mental training. So, Project Stargate has enlisted a world-renowned authority in thought forms, a man named Dr. Bernard Hayes, to oversee a number of the operations related to Unit 13's work. His participation has been invaluable and has brought fruitful results to the project. Due to Unit 13 and Semiodyne USA's combined efforts, bringing together some of the most prestigious minds in the world, specializing in the sciences of the human consciousness, with cutting-edge technology and engineering methods, we've created a groundbreaking, proprietary invention. Introducing the Thought Form Manifester. The Thought Form Manifester is able to create truly independent and self-sustaining thought form entities from the minds of select, willing participants. Being that they come from the deepest recesses of the human mind, thought forms can appear in virtually any configuration. They could look like a person, an object, an animal, or even something as abstract as the physical representation of an emotion.
Okay.
That being said, it's recommended to brace yourself before touring the thought form chambers, as thought forms can also take on appearances that could be considered disturbing, like a creature one might see in a childhood nightmare. There's no reason to be afraid, however. All thought forms are docile by nature, and while they may look or behave in a frightening manner, and though they are capable of making physical contact, they pose no threat to humans. Once your session in the Thought Form Manifester is completed, your thought form will be securely transported directly into a containment chamber. Thought forms are unable to pass through the barrier of and will not be capable of causing you any disease. There are some very rare potential side effects that may result from your session. These side effects include increased tiredness, loss of balance, dizziness, insomnia, vomiting, episodes of temporary amnesia, and mild hallucinations. These side effects, if present, will clear up within 72 hours of your session and are simply signs of your brain recalibrating to the real world. It is recommended to refrain from driving or operating heavy machinery for 72 hours after your session, even if you experience no side effects. None of these side effects should cause you any harm or overt stress, and former testing candidates who have experienced these side effects reported that they were very mild and merely a transient inconvenience. With all that out of the way, we are looking forward to your participation with Unit 13.
Okay.
Your time in the Thought Forum Manifestor has been scheduled. However, there are several required mind exercises as a part of this video system that must be completed prior to your scheduled date in order to prime your consciousness and ensure the highest quality results. Please enter the video cassette labeled TF2, Waking Your Subconscious.
TF2.
Now, this is the end of this tape.
Okay. So if I'm getting this right, we have our... What's his face? Alexander Michael Marsh. And if I'm correct here, Alexander is going to be one of the subjects to work at Unit 13 I'm guessing he's going to be like, I guess a subject for the what was it called? Thought Form Manifestor or something like that? Like the machine that they made? Yeah, the Thought Form Manifestor. Follow-up. I think that Tape 1 finally answered my question here. I'm feeling that Tape 1 is actually the science lab where this is all going down right now. I have a feeling that Tape 1 might be this lab. But it's like, I'm guessing the thought forms are like, they have a physical form now, and it went wrong, basically. They escaped their little boxes here. Or are they... Yeah, because they shouldn't be able to escape this. I have a feeling that they might have. But that's just my thoughts on this. Okay, so these were the first 3 episodes of Greylock. In the next video, we're going to be watching the next 3, and then the next 3, and so on. I am curious to see what else will happen here, because this seems like an interesting concept. It's like the whole, the thought forms becoming physical and all of that. And they're gonna be, haunting, I guess, the mountain Greylock. Yeah, okay. I cannot wait to see what is gonna happen next. So yes, I am gonna leave this episode here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and again, I want to wish you a super happy new year. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!